how did you learn sales? Like what is somebody that's sitting here right now that's like, I want to get better at sales. I'm brand new to sales. It's not really my forte. What would you advise them of how to get better at
it. As bad as it sounds, just doing it.
it?
I mean,
Doesn't sound
that's
bad. It just sounds like the answer nobody wants to hear because everyone wants to freaking watch a YouTube video and wait until Grant Cardone's team gives them pricing on 10x, blah, 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 because it buys time.
yeah, yeah, exactly. I mean, role play is a good thing, but role play is hard because it's not the real experience. But it was like when we were doing door-to-door sales, it's like, okay, if you want to learn, follow a couple people, learn from them, see how they do it. And then really where you're actually going to learn is going and knocking on the doors yourselves or calling the business owners and just getting that. And yeah, it's going to be uncomfortable. It's going to suck, but that's how you actually figure out how you sell as an individual, but also just get the sales process down.
100%, bro. And you know, another thing that I used to do. So number one, then you cannot replace just doing it. No matter how many books you read, no matter how good the training is, no matter how many role plays you do, it's something different when there's a deal to lose. When you're calling somebody that has a credit card and has money to give you or to not give you, nothing can compare to that. So that's number one. But number two, one of the things that really helped me, and I think you were pretty good at this too, Kyle, is I would look and I go, okay, who's the top guy, top girl in this industry, and how do I get around them?
Yep.
How do I learn what they're doing? Do they have material? Do they have videos that and I'm not even saying necessarily a course, because back in the day, there wasn't all these courses. But I remember you remember when in our training back then, there was like the top guys and they had like these videos that would go over their pitch. You remember this?
Yep.
And or we'd be in a meeting and like the top guy in our office would do their pitch and we'd all pull out our phones and record it. And I remember I would sit there while I was in the shower, as weird as this sounds, and I would just listen to the pitch. And I'd listen to the pitch and I'd pitch my wife and I'd pitch on the way to area and I'd pitch and I'd pitch and I'd pitch and I'd remember these one-liners and I'd listen to it so many times that I would get in those situations. And I don't know, I'm sure you had this experience. You ever remember being in a sale and you said something and you're like, it was verbatim what you heard somebody else say on a sales call?
Yep.
I would say stuff and it was kind of embarrassing. I'm like, I would be kind of ashamed if that person was in this room because I just stole their line, but it worked, you know?
Yeah.
And I would literally start and I started putting together these lines. And it was like when somebody would say this, I would use that same line. It sounded so natural because I was getting that content in my brain and I was listening to it. So number one, guys, if you want to get good at sales, you have to do it. Okay. There's nothing that's going to replace that. But after that, you know, you need to study, you need to spend time, and not just anything. Don't just go pick up a random sales book. Don't just go take advice from some random person in this group, you know, that's whatever. In fact, it's so freaking funny. The people that give the best advice, and I say best in air quotes, which means they give shit advice, they love giving advice, are the ones that haven't done it.
Yep.
Isn't that ironic? I literally had somebody today, you know, we're doing this thing with those in the UK, and this person just messaged me and they're like, hey, you know, by the way, this is the same person 2 years ago. And I hope you hear this, bro. This is the same person 2 years ago when we started this. Um, you know, I think they did a sales call or whatever. And they were like, yeah, I'm going to do it on my own. I'm going to do it on my own. I'm good. Right. And so this person messaged me like, hey, I'm not really interested in getting in digital landlords, but I'm more than happy to see if I can help. So you know what I said? Because I knew this person and I knew what they were getting at. And I said, oh, interesting. Let's talk. How much money are you making?
Cricket.
Nothing, bro. So I followed up, of course, strategically. Yeah, I said, yeah, I didn't catch that. Well, I got 2 deals and then I lost them. Swear on my life, this is today. Got 2 deals, but I lost them. So I said, oh, it's ironic. So you want to give advice, you want to help, but you're not. So the same person that wasn't willing to join because they knew how to do it themselves, got 2 deals, lost them, is making $0, but they want to help. So don't take advice from just anyone.